in her like close knit group. So we would talk and she would give us her, rundown of her life and stuff. And really what started it was she started making some wrong choices, we'll say. Not really wrong, but just like, I don't know, just choices that weren't good for her. And as her friend, her supporter, her confidant, because she literally told us everything, we gave her our opinions and they were very blunt, to the point where she started to play victim and she turned it into we were going against her. The other day, there was a live that was held on my platform, and the conversation of just, women empowerment and creators doing better on their platforms as a whole, that was the topic. And then, of course, people came in there because I stated, and I'm not going to take that back, I stated, if anybody has any questions, come in here respectfully, ask your questions, and we'll answer them to the best of our ability without running Sunny through the mud, because that's not what we're going to do. People came in there and they started asking questions. We get notified that we've been asked to change the subject or to get off of live. I'm not doing that. I opened up my platform for people to come up and talk. I'm going to talk on my platform. I'm not going to be silenced. So I didn't get off. And nothing was even being said in like directly towards Sunny. It was more so of a general statement, and if the shoe fits, wear it. So that's why we were getting those messages. And then just everything blew up. And then it became, we were against her and we didn't support her and we were bashing her and talking about her, and it was overwhelming her. But it was really just us trying to give her the right direction, like lead her into the right direction. Obviously, we're not going to like literally put her there, but we can give her some insight, because a lot of us have experience. I mean, I'm 28 years old and she's 20. I don't fault her for being 20 years old, and I get that she is young. I understand that. I remember what it's like to be 20, and I remember what it's like to be completely obsessed with a man. Okay? Like I know what that's like. But to turn it around and make it out that we are against her, and that, Francis never did nothing for her, which is, we all know is BS. And to just completely rid everything. And then her little lapdogs, which are in the chat, her little lapdogs
I do want to say also, if it gets disrespectful in the comments, if it gets weird, spammy, anything like that, I will go to sub only. I want this to be an open platform where everybody can listen, everybody can speak. But if it gets disrespectful or rude, we will go on sub only. Go ahead, Alex.
Okay. So then, of course, when we're stating our opinions, because I had wrote a message and I was like, I don't really remember word for word, but it was pretty much like, if you literally shut everything down in the Discord because of this man, and we're just trying to protect you from what we see and what's going to happen and how you look, like, this is about your platform too, not just about your life, but it is about your platform. It's more about her life, but it is about her platform too, because that's how she makes money, right? You can see that she has lost so much support just from being in this simple relationship. And that's all any of us were trying to get through her head. Like, even she would get on live and be like, I know that when I'm with him, I'm not going to be online. I'm not going to be, doing what I need to do, because I'm just going to want to be in his skin. I'm going to want to be on top of him. Like, when you are really in love with somebody, like, you just want to be with them. She even stated that. But then she'll go back and she'll say, I want to get back into doing this. I want to get back into doing that. But she doesn't, everything she says, she does the complete opposite. And so you can't expect people to still stick around and throw thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars at you when you're not even doing anything. Like, you don't even get on anymore, and then you turn around and you want to treat the people who are closest to you like we are your enemies. And then she got on live just earlier. She just got on live and she was like, if you don't support me, then you don't support me. And the thing is she got rid, or she not rid, she lost every single person who actually supported her and who was there for her, because they had an opinion that she didn't want to hear. Because our opinions and what we were voicing weren't in the direction that she wanted to go.
Right.
That automatically made us enemies. And that's not even what it was. All we were trying to do is really protect her. We're not about to be like, oh yeah, this decision is a great decision. You do this is going to be great for you. Like, no, you're losing time, you're losing your reputation, you're losing money, you're losing all of these things for one person who doesn't care about you. And the people who care about you, who've never even met you in real life, we just freaking rocked with you, bro. And that's literally what you want to do. You want the yes men, and you don't want the actual people who are behind you, who are actually rocking with you and telling you the hard things. Like telling us to get off live the other day was all about comfortability for her, but you are in an uncomfortable situation, so you can't make an uncomfortable situation comfortable. Like when you run into an issue, it doesn't matter if it's, comfortable or not. You still have to, do whatever it takes or do whatever you need to do to, fix that situation. Because if you just throw shit under, oh, my bad, God, I'm not made for TikTok. If you just throw crap underneath the rug, that crap is just gonna come right back out even bigger. Like it's just it's really never gonna go away. I mean, nothing on the internet ever really does go away.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. We talk about, jokingly, oh, digital footprint. That shit is so real. It's very real.
Yeah. And so like there's rumors that are going out because, certain things got leaked or whatever. And then it's just easy to blame the people who have separated themselves from the situation. It's just so, it's so weird how in the same day everyone decides that they're gonna, cut ties, that some stuff gets leaked out and Francis is the first to get blamed. Then I find out that people are trying to make accusations or hints out that it was me. And I let Sunny know more than one time that I have never and will never, even to this day, because that's not what I'm here for, I will never tell your personal, private information that you ever sent to me. That stuff is gonna stay private.
Absolutely.
That's just not who I am.
Even when you reached out to me, when we hopped on that Discord call, you both made it very clear this is not to bash. This is not to, do anything malicious or be mean or nasty. Y'all just want to be cleared from any rumors that are going around about your character and who you are as people. You've always made that clear, and you're still standing by that currently. And you stood with that when you were on the phone with me as well. I don't know nothing. All I know is that you guys would like a platform to clear your name. So I'm very, open to anything that y'all need to say. You have all the time. You have the whole platform right now.
I think that I don't think I'm missing. Am I missing anything from my part? There's just so freaking much, and it all just jumbles together. I mean, and honestly, like right now, it's not. I'm not even trying to insinuate that it is Sunny who is trying to run anyone's name that was a mod for her into the ground. It is literally her lapdogs. It is her yes men. They are everywhere. And like I get that. I was in the Discord. I was in the mod chat. I was in that inner circle. I know how those people work. I've been in that Discord with them for months. I know how they work. So it's just weird that, something gets leaked. My backup page today got taken down. It got flagged for harassment and bullying, and then it got bananaed for sexual exploitation and gender biased. And I was just about to battle as a gingerbread.
Well, I mean, and that's why I'm currently live on Favorited as well. I'm letting y'all know that if anything happens to this live, we will be on Favorited. They have every right to still speak, and there's full protection on Favorited. So if this conversation gets cut short on TikTok chat, we will be going to Favorited. So make sure if you want to hear the rest and, really get a full picture, just make sure you download that app, because as you can see, it's already happening to Alex. It's not going to stop. We already know who these, people, these supporters are. So just to keep them protected and still be able to speak. I'm definitely going to be on favorite if anything happens.
Yeah. I think that really sums up my part. Francis, are you ready? You're muted. You're muted.
I wasn't paying attention. What's up, guys? First of all, I know we kind of just spoke about. I mean, I put out a story in regards to my message um, as to why I decided to leave the team, but just like a little bit of background. I started shooting. I started shooting for Sunny probably around maybe like in November time. And I was a pretty big shooter. I kind of got into the games and the battles and things like that. And shooting was one of those things that I enjoyed doing, especially in the battles and things like that. Um, so her and I we gravitated pretty quickly toward each other, and you start to get the recognition of being a big shooter, right? I probably became her mod somewhere like around December, January, somewhere around there. And we were friends. Like that was somebody I know a lot of people in the chat are probably gonna say like that's not your friend when you get money, things like that. But we were genuinely friends, and we had each other's phone numbers and things like that. We talked. There was a lot of private conversations that her and I had off the app. A lot of people didn't know about, so I don't want to discredit any of that friendship. Um, I think when things really started to go down was I really, really rode for her heavy at that time. And so me having like me being known as like the main mod, me being known as a main shooter, supporter, all of this and that, starting to get all of these names attached to me that was all strictly just attached to her. Um, and then her making some of the decisions that she did. I mean, she was young. Call it what you want. That really started to affect me. So a lot of people I'd get like hate messages, 2, 3 times a day, right? And my public life, my private life became really public. So, um, I was a person who set up the entire Discord, managed the Discord. You know, she decided to open it up and let I think it was like 800 people in there. And somebody that big of a size, as a creator, cannot have that many people because it's all T pages, right? So things started to get clipped, and I worked to push it out, right? So her and I, there was a lot of behind the scenes things that I did for her. So what I'll say is that probably around like March, you start to realize kind of like where I really started to realize at that point where our friendship was, right? Things started becoming a little bit distant. I became a little bit distant in the Discord. But I think what was a struggle for me was being so close, and then she kind of ghosted in a sense. Around the same time, I kind of just start to just get off the app, right? So there was there was many times that people asked like, you lost Francis, or where's Francis? And she would say like, no, we still talk every day. That's not true. All right. So I'm here the first one to be like, that's not true. It took, there's probably like a month where like we didn't chat, like, you know what I mean? Or like she never reached out or anything like that. Um, and to sit here at the same time, it was a pro because for the simple reason that we just, it really, a lot of people would have came for me at that point, right? And so it was a pro on that point, but I think I should have been privately reached out to. And then to find out that she reached out maybe just literally a few weeks ago was because of the push of somebody. There was a different mod that told her to come reach on me, right? I think that's hurtful, right? Because the amount of things that people go through in their personal lives. But for me, I was slowly falling from the team anyways, just because what I realized was that there's certain morals that I hold myself accountable, and hold myself like true to heart in my personal life. And it would be wrong for me to not withhold that in my life, right? And the people around me. So that was something that was like, okay, so I kind of like really took a step back. And um, there was a lot of things that just didn't necessarily correlate, but you kind of just wait to see how they move. She's young and things like that. So to kind of touch basis on, right, my message of being silenced. So I've said it before, is that if I have 1% of the platform that any of these big creators have, I'd utilize it in a positive way to talk about things that we don't talk about in this world, right? And be more positive. And women need to uplift women. So we opened the panel up and people wanted to talk about what had happened the night before, which it was an allegation. I won't say allegation, I'll take that back, I apologize. Which there was T pages that were clipping things that she had stated, right, in regards to a derogatory comment, in regards to something that she stated, right. I wasn't on the live, but I did see the T pages, right. So I think when I open up the panel to talk about that, in general, and why it offends some people and why it doesn't offend other people, and where you come from and how that can be perceived, and talking about other creators being allowed to say that, right. So I think I was told in the Discord, all caps, change the subject, y'all shouldn't be talking about that, is what the words were. Y'all shouldn't be talking about that. And then there were some people who piggybacked off of that and were saying that it was disrespectful for me to talk about that. And I stated how this isn't her platform. No, all of like this is Alex's platform. We have the right to talk about it. And I said, at any point when I've ever given you advice as a manager, like we would talk and have managerial talks, why is it that you never took my advice when I told you what to talk about on live and when I didn't, when like what not to? So why is it okay for you guys to tell her it's cool for you to do what you do on your platform, but it's not okay because of us? And I said, because she makes millions of dollars and I don't. Right? Money doesn't give you the power to sit here and try to silence somebody when we're talking in a general conversation. And there was people in the comments who came in with one type of mindset, and they came in strong, and we talked things out, and they were able to see my point of view, and we were able to see their point of view in many, many different conversations, right? So then it became of, I'm not trying to silence you. Well, when you say to change the subject, or y'all shouldn't be talking about this, that's to be silenced, right? So that was really like something that
I wanted to say it was also said that we were going to make it worse by talking.
yeah. So the page of TT22. So there's somebody who decided to. So at a perfect opportunity, when all of this happens, and I make the decision to leave. Right. Let me just make this comment. Snipe Goat left before I did. So people are stating that I didn't. I left first. Snipe Goat left before me, and we had talked about it. We talked about it before, and he left, and then I made the decision to leave. I just went a little bit more public with it because of the platform that I had. And so when that happened and I decided to leave, somebody decides to pretend that they're me on a fake page or dish out dirty laundry, because if I've got already a target on my back, why not go ahead and dish out some things that were spoken about in the private chat that are only 30 people, right? So my problem is not with that. My problem is to the fact that, and I told Sunny, the fact that you didn't know my judgment, like you had a bad judgment of character when it came to that because you believed it, that it was me. For everything that I've done and supported you and rode for you because nobody ever would in the way that I did, it's offensive, right? That you didn't, you know, you talked about knowing me and things like that, but to think that I would ever leave and go ahead and dish out dirty laundry, create a Reddit page, do all these things. Like, if you ever speak to me, you know that like that's something I'll never do. For me to, this difference is let me say something. For the thousands of dollars that I've spent, you think I'd give a damn about spreading a 20-year-old's dirty laundry? If I wanted to do that, I would have done it. But where does it get me? Nowhere. For what? For me to bash other creators? No. So what's the reason? So there was no love interest in Sunny. There was none at all. So so that's kind of like where that's at and that stands. And so when I stated my message, because I went public with it in the Discord, I got no follow-up text. I got a that's real with 100 emoji. right? That was a response. So for somebody who, like, that's hurtful. Like, I won't sit here and say that that's not hurtful, right? Like, at the very least, to, you have my number, you could have called or anything like that if I was as real to you as you said I was. So that's where the part is kind of like confusing on that sense. And like I said, there's just kind of things of allegations of me being somebody that I'm not, and sitting here just spreading all these rumors about stuff. So it's it's insane. Part of my decision, again, when I talk about morals on how you move, does it have a part to do with your relationship? Yes, but I have no ill intention. I have no ill feelings towards Dedrick, right? I'm a mod for Dedrick, right?
Oh, I didn't
Um,
even know that.
yeah, Sunny has made me a mod on Dedrick's page, on both pages, right? But it's no ill intentions towards him, but it's just on your choices for it, right? I think, at least at my age, nobody, why is it still fun and games to be toxic in love? Why can't we be calm in love? That toxic shit is so old, right? But you got to go through you got to go through what you do in regards to that. And so somebody just said, and I outed him about the 80K. Yeah, so I knew about that 80K before the public knew about it. Absolutely. So did 30 other people in a private chat. And so did 30 other people. And I stated on there, I'm going to go to Ashton's live and I'm going to comment it because I need her to know, or something like that. We were talking about that. The whole private chat was it egged on? Absolutely. So for the people who are sitting here saying, "Oh, but I said it first," but you supporting it, right? Like, that's the only thing that I stated. It's going to come out publicly. You want to know why? Because Sunny talks about everything on live. So I went into her chat and I said, asking for 80K is insane, right? And I'm going to talk, the reason why I'm going to touch bases on this is because it's already out. It's not to talk about, it's not to spread drama or anything, but asking for 80K to keep a relationship or a female with you is absolutely absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
I do also want to say I heard whispers, obviously, throughout the TikTok streets. We're hearing little whispers. People are DMing me. They want me to put her on the list for this, for that. I'm like, if I don't see it and I don't have facts, I'm not talking about it. So today when y'all came to me, I was like, oh shit, so this is real. This is true. I thought all this stuff was just, cap. People capping online for some T pages or something. But for y'all to come forth and confirm or, clear up is a big thing. So I hope that y'all in the comments are actually listening before just judging, honestly.
yeah, absolutely. And like I said, the reason why I'm touching on it is because it's already been out in the public and confirmed by Sunny and things like that. So, I don't want to sit here and make it seem like I'm just sitting here spreading false narratives or anything like that. But yeah, that's my whole point. So, when that happened, and all of us literally had stated, like, don't do it, it's not worth it, all this advice, pushing it, like, you need to just leave it. And then you go and start to hang out with, like, you leave him publicly and then start to hang out with him on the low. It's like, it's a slap in our face too, because we're all just I don't know why Tiana's in it and it's still in the chat. Thank you. So sitting here and just like saying that is just like, again, it's something that was to be kept like on the down low and then it got put out publicly. But that's the same thing with every single thing. Like I said, it's not to bash anybody. But when you decide when you publicly say, I'm done, and then we're as invested into you and our friendship as a group talking about in the private chat, and then you decide to associate yourself with somebody who stated, I'd get back with you, or we get back together, or something like that, if you give me the 80K, those are just values and morals that I could never tolerate in my personal life. So for me to sit here and talk about being positive and all this and that, but to keep somebody close in my life who would allow that kind of behavior in theirs, I'd be a
Mm-hmm.
hypocrite. So
Absolutely.
with our morals not aligning together, that was why I had to make the decision to leave,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, and I left, I think for me, I left in the most respectful way that anybody could have or should have would have ever done.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think when you take a step back and realize like I'm not a messy person where it comes to like there's a lot of shit that I know that's not who I am, but just don't ever speak on my character.
Mm.
That's one thing. You can never ever ever speak on my character because at the end of the day, I've been there for you in a way that nobody else has, nobody else will.
Mm.
From gifting, from modding, from running your Discord every single day, from talking to you from night in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody can ever say that at the end of the day. So, like I said again, just to sit here and assume that it was me who is leaking all this dirty laundry because somebody wants to put a target on my back is insane. It's
Mm-hmm.
insane, and that shows that you don't have good friends around you because it's all of them who are sitting here saying that it's me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where I'm at in that kind of headspace and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And both of you are very clearly speaking truth because you're not tripping over words, you're not, going back on what you're saying. All of this is really what you've endured and what you've been through. And I'm really, really fortunate to have a platform where I can give y'all an extra voice. I do want to also ask y'all, is there any specific rumors or any specific allegations that y'all want to clear up on your end in your own voice for yourself?
Alex, you want to crack at that first?
Yeah, without saying exactly what it is,
Mm-hmm.
if you know, and you know, that crap that got leaked, I 110% had nothing to do with that crap, and you're not gonna put my name on that because I just want to say I am a very calm person, but I can be a very mean person, and I'm trying to be very respectful on your platform, Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come after me, and don't give me a reason to come after you because I'm really good at it. I'm not like trying to like flex that. I'm just really good at it. And if you want to play, I'm a player. I like to play. I don't want to do that, but I will do that. So if you could just like let me leave in peace and quit trying to say that I had a hand in this or, I was talking ish about this when I'm really just stating, my story and facts. And the only reason anybody has a reason to be mad is because it is the truth. So,
And that's a big thing, especially on this live community. Once you start speaking truth, you're automatically a hater. You're automatically a
yeah.
clout chaser. You're automatically, doing it for attention. Meanwhile, can I just speak up for myself? Can I just like
Right.
defend who I am as a person? Because the whole time that we were cool, I was a cool person to you. So why now, because I've decided to respectfully back up, I have a problem or I'm a problem? So absolutely, you should have every right to defend your name.
Hey, can we block me again? That's their third page. Listen, baby, if you love me that much to come here on your third page, I promise you, you're like I love people like you. Because
And
let
who
me
is
tell you,
that? A
let me
hater?
tell you, that's somebody from the private chat,
That's a
right?
lap
Who wants
dog.
to.
That's a
So
lap
let me
dog.
say something. Thank you so much. So let me say one thing. The amount of support that I've received will outweigh all of your hate. All of your hate.
Yep.
So for everybody who's commenting in T pages and everything like that, like I don't care. Like I'm telling you, the amount of support that I've received, it's a blessing. I love that. I appreciate that so much. So much.
I just think it's
But
crazy that they're coming in here and they are trying to, say whatever it is. Tatiana is trying to come in here and say whatever it is when she was another one of the main ones who was like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. We should do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. And then all of a sudden, because the next day Sunny decides that, oh no, she's not having all of our opinions, then it's all back off Sunny when nobody was on Sunny. We're trying to protect her. She's talking about, she wants a future, do live streaming. She wants to buy a house. She wants to do this. Well, you're not going to freaking do that when you're losing thousands of dollars because of a stupid decision that you're making, and that's fine. You can make that decision, but we as your supporters do not have to continue sitting there while you are self-imploding. You're doing it to yourself, and you can only help someone so much. You can only say the same things to someone so much before it's just too repetitive. And I don't feel like being repetitive. Like, I'm a mom, okay? Like, I already have a whiny 9-year-old. I don't need a whiny 20-year-old. I don't have to deal with that if I don't want to. If you don't want to change for the better, then I don't have to sit here while you self-destruct.
And that's a fact. And I see people are requesting Snipe Goat. He was not a part of the conversation when Alex and Francis and I spoke. If y'all would like to share the live to him and see if he wants to come and speak, he has every right to do so, as well as Sunny. I don't have a problem with her coming to defend herself or speak up and clear up, whatever other people may be saying. I don't have a problem with that. I just want respectful conversation, a discussion, a clear up. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want drama, bullshit, any of that right now. Tonight is not the list. As you can see, I'm very quiet. I want Alex and Francis to speak for themselves. If anything happens to this live, we're going to favorite it. Nothing will happen to favorite it's live. So let's be respectful. Let's be calm. Let's be cordial.